Welcome my ways and ways to the channel of Windows, where today, do you see that rank? I've got 2 days and 5 hours to get to rank 40 before the ranks reset. I wasn't very hopeful at first because I've been stuck at rank 35 for weeks and I couldn't get anywhere near beating it. I don't know why, but once I hit rank 35, I got the worst opponents ever. The most unfair things happened all the time. But now, once I beat rank 35, I got to rank 36. Then I got a 5-win streak and went straight up to 37. 37 was quite difficult, but I eventually made it to rank 38. At rank 38, I couldn't believe I'd made it this far, and after quite a lot of trying, I managed to get to rank 39. It did take quite a few games, but it wasn't quite as bad as rank 35. So here I am now, 3 games away from being at Taco League, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it within the span of this series of videos. I hope I can do it before the season resets. But basically, I have terrible luck. My internet has only ever gone out while I'm playing this, while I'm on ranked. One time when my battery was about to run out, someone was taking extremely long to take their turns. My battery suddenly started plummeting down. My battery is usually very good, and it went from 30 to 5 in a couple minutes. So yeah, luckily I did win that game, but my tablet ran out of battery literally 2 seconds after I got the stars, so that was a close call. But yeah, I'm not having good luck. Recently it's been a little better, and a lot of those bad ones were from rank 35, so hopefully I can now beat this with whatever skills I have now. Now, you realise I am not using my Grass Knuckles auto-win deck. You might be surprised by that, because I do call this the best deck for going up ranks. Now, this is a very good deck for me, but the thing is that it's too inconsistent for me. There's very few copies of everything. It's still a very, very good deck, and I'd say it's my second best deck. But the thing is, I've got so many legendaries I have to put in the deck, otherwise I fall behind everyone else's legendaries. But when I put them in the deck, it makes the deck all over the place. And with my bad luck, if I always get Grave Busters against someone who has no Graves in their deck, Shamrockets against people using Imp decks, Doom Shrooms when I finally get my Mega Grow things to grow really big. I get really, really bad luck with this deck. And if you do get bad luck, you can get a lot of anti-synergy. This deck, however, is a lot more consistent, this Infinity deck. Now, I still consider Infinity to be a bad hero, but I see why some people consider him to be a good one now. Simply put, I see him as a pay-to-win hero. If you have the legendaries, he's really good. And as you can see, I'm actually getting a few legendaries. I have myself 1 Plank Walker and 2 Sharks. And 3 Gas Giants as well, which I crafted. Now, so those are the finishers in this deck. 6 cards in this deck are finishers. So that means every time I draw a card, I have a 15% chance of getting a finisher. And seeing as you draw 4 cards at the start of the game, and you can recycle those cards, that means in most games I can get a finisher. There's also fewer cards that you only have 1 copy of. There's only this legendary Deadbeard Barrel, this Disco Gnaw, and obviously, as I said earlier, the Plank Walker. Now, this deck might seem a bit all over the place, but basically it's kind of like a splash damage deck. But there aren't any Jesters or newspaper zombies, simply because in ranked, usually they're too slow. It's all for the Shark and all for Laser Base Alpha. This is a field clear deck. If you put the Firework Zombie onto this Laser Base Alpha, then that destroys all plants and zombies in one fell swoop. Entire board wipe. Space Ninja, I feel, is a very underrated card. Besides being a 2/3/2, which is good stats, if you put it on this environment, that means that he will destroy every single plant in 1 hit. If you put this in lane 2, it destroys the plants in lane 3 and 4 before they can even attack, which is amazing, and no one ever sees it coming. When you play Space Ninja, people think you're a noob, and then when you do that, they usually get quite surprised, and they don't know how to react, because this strategy, as far as I know, is rather unconventional. Graveyard just works as ways to overwrite others' environments, plus it's ways to make Firework Zombie trigger after the plants play, and then if you have, double Gas Giants or something, that can, completely wipe out their board. and do 10 damage to them. And Super Stench also is finally useful. I find this one of the worst powers in the game, but you can give Super Stench to Ninja, or you can give it to Gas Giant, and again, it'll wipe the board. It's amazing. There's 2 Pogos in this deck, because it's a sneaky deck. It needs Pogos. There would be more, but obviously I only have 2, because now they're super rare. There are 2 Bouncers in this deck, just for extra hard removal. Bouncer Plant is technically a bad card. It gives you a card disadvantage. But the thing is, the meta in terms of plants doesn't seem to be focused on drawing cards. It is quite hard to draw cards as plants. So you can't really give them too much choice in most situations. You can't put yourself in a position where you have a massive card disadvantage. Plumber's Work has small removal, obviously. Disconaut's just a good card to have in the deck. Cannon Imps and Hot Dog Imps work great with the Imp Commander to draw cards, which is your only card draw in this deck, and obviously Toxic Waste Imps in the Amphibious lane can do that. This Overshoot, that has Strike Through, this Amphibious, they all have ways of getting to the opponent. And the reason why there's 4 of these in the deck is that initially there were 3, and I kept not drawing them, and I kept getting card starved loads of games, and I was losing quite a lot. Then when I put another one in the deck, I started doing really well. Chickening is also an entire board wipe with Shark. I think that's about everything about the deck. So, I'll get into a game. I guess I'll record these one game at a time, because I don't know how long these are going to be. Oh wow, already against Ultimate League, that's good. But it's Chompzilla. So, looking at a Cleat Peas on turn 1, because I've never seen any Chompzilla who hasn't played Cleat Peas on turn 1, except for, from when it's come out. Oh no, this is expensive starting end. Well, this is Chompzilla. Oh, Super! Man, it's been so many games since I've even gotten Super. A lot of people will tell you that Infinity Super is one of the best in the game. I myself am not very good at I'm not very sure, but I can see why it's considered that. It does give you a great health advantage, and just gives you some board presence, which is always useful. Plus, Chompzilla has no way of dealing with Amphibious, I believe, except for Squash or Sweet Pea, or Sweet Potato. Sweet Potato sucks, so it's basically Sweet Pea, which is the only affordable solution, or Squash, which is super expensive. It is at least good that I know I'm getting one of these finishers. I've lost quite a few games just because even though it's a 15% chance per card I'm going to draw a finisher, I just don't get them. Now having more than one finisher usually isn't a good sign. It's good to have Deadly as well, because Deadly's kind of the weakness of Mega Grow, and obviously Mega Grow has always been a good class. Hard removal is also a big weakness, but now, you know, there's more and more counters to it. I'm not going to play Pogo, I'm going to Chickening, because even though, whoa, they haven't got much on the board, if I play Pogo now, they could play something with the ability that could be good to re-trigger. I mean, playing a Greystone on 4 as a sneaky hero isn't exactly subtle. Not that it's going to be subtle on 5 either, but at least then I'll know what I'm bouncing. That seems like a strange play. Okay. Wow, this is really easy. I've been having a lot of trouble off camera. Maybe this guy's just got an unlucky hand. He has been playing very scarcely and very weirdly. That would explain if he just had a bad hand. Ooh, I've never actually had 2 Gas Giants. Like, I've known that you could put them together and it would do like a damage loop, but I've never actually pulled it off because I've never had 2 in my hand. Oh wow, Astrocardo. I've never seen anyone except me use that. So do we watch out for Astrocardo then? I mean, obviously we should. I mean, we do have another bounce. If they just play Astrocardo again, which they very well could, then they might even be overdrawn. Let me check. Oh, whoa, okay. Haven't seen that one, like, in ever. I have literally never seen anyone play this card, and it looks really good to me. Though at the same time, I'd never craft one just in case it is bad. Not until I, like, got all the other good event cards. But, like, to me, that looks like a really good card. I don't understand why you wouldn't get it. Already through all his block meter, that's great. Oh, great, the Amphibious lane's open now. So now I can put Shark on there safely. Right, he still has an Astrocardo in his hand. So I'm just going to place that down. And then I'm going to have the bounce at the ready. I think the Jinx is on right now. Yeah. Oh! If I bounce this, it loses its strike field, which I want it to do. I mean, I kind of want to get rid of that. I'll save that chickening. In 2 turns' time, I can Shark on chickening in 1 turn. Destroying this will do 5 damage to his face, which he can't block anymore, so it will be in his best interest to leave that alone, but he still has to block it, because it's a 5-5. So that should be blown up pretty soon, because it's going to take 3 damage right here, then set off the barrel, which will put it onto 1, and do an extra 2 damage to him. Oh, okay, clever. Clever. Wait, isn't that 3 damage then? Oh no, but I'm not going to get hit though. So no, it isn't 3 damage. This is actually pretty good now. I was saying this scene's pretty easy, but now this guy's suddenly come back pretty hard. Okay. That's a play, right? I can't see how this goes wrong. Except maybe squash or lawnmower. Or both. That'd be terrible. Yeah, but it's gonna die. Because of that. Still gonna die. Oh, that. Oh, yeah, that's pretty scary, actually. Wait, I still can kill it, though, can't I? Wow, yeah, this is definitely a strike through deck. Yeah, got him! Now I'll save that. In fact, there's a win, yeah. Win! Wow, that was a good game. I've never actually been able to use Gas Giant. That was, like, 2 Gas Giants in 1. That was an amazing damage loop. Because, like, if you didn't know what happened there, the Gas Giant, when it gets hit, does 1 damage to all other plants and zombies. If a Gas Giant does 1 damage to a Gas Giant, then they keep hitting each other until one of them dies. Then the one that dies will hurt the last one, and then it'll do 1 more, and then it'll finish. Anyway, right, well, so we finally got to use Gas Giant loop in this one.